Hey everyone! So I am here. It's been a couple weeks. Sorry about that. Just been having a lot going on, and I was really sad to break my my trend of having a video a week. I'm going to try and get back into that. I know I feel like I'm a broken record because I said that 1,000 times. I've been sick for the past week and had a lot going on, family matters and stuff. But I have a wedding present that I have to make, and so I figured I'd go ahead and share that with you guys. And then also I would only be missing 1 week if I can get this uploaded in time. So here we have a very lovely amethyst stone. I didn't unbox this, so it's not even a gem from any of my unboxings, unfortunately. I need to get to making some videos using some of those, because I know there are some of you guys who are wanting to see how I use those stones. I just received this one. I mean, it's a whole package, and I might include it in an unboxing later, the rest of the stones, but it's just a very nice, pretty purple amethyst. As per usual, I have daylight lights in here because they're supposed to be the most true to color, but outside this is a nice purple, and I feel like in here you guys it kind of gets washed out. So I'm sorry about that. I'll try and remember to add photos. If anything, you can always go visit me on my Instagram, and there will be some nicer quality photos there. Or videos, we'll see. So I have a friend who just got married, and she just kind of did the whole, she skipped the ceremony, she just went to the courthouse, got it done, but she's gonna have a ceremony later when she has more money. Anyways, so I am designing what she would like. As her gift, I'm making her a beautiful necklace with the letter G on it. These are a couple of my little drawings. It's a round stone. It is almost exactly an inch. It's like a centimeter under an inch. Something like that. Let's see what it is over in centimeters. So it is almost 2.5, almost a little less than 2.5 centimeters. Anyways, it's not a perfect length, of course, but yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into this. I probably still sound stuffy because I am not over what I've been sick with, but yeah, my job, like, things must get done, life goes on sort of a deal. Anyways, I just have a couple of bent nose pliers and some chain nose pliers, some flush cutters, and some round pliers. So that's what I'm working with today. I have a ruler to measure. Now, just so you know, I don't know what measurements I'm going to use, and so this isn't exactly a tutorial, it's just how I'm hopefully going to be making this. If mistakes are made and I have to start over, well, that is just the creative process at work. So I have some silver color 18 gauge wire, round, as well as some 28 gauge silver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the base. I'm going to, I think, cut 4 inches, I think should work. You always want to cut more than you think though, so I'll probably just go ahead and cut 4.5 just in case. This is going to be what goes around the outside, And I guess you can call it the bail, but I'm just going to be bending this into shape with my fingers. Take the round nose, and I have 2 little spirals at the top that will be bending the opposite direction. Go ahead and do that. Let's try and stay in frame. Little one, and this one over here, make it a bit bigger. Now, how people make their perfect spirals, they make it seem so effortless. I am so jealous of that. I make okay ones, but it definitely takes some work. Anyways, and then you just want to bend this around the stone. I'm going to be having, hopefully the 2 spirals are supposed to overlap a little. I'm going to bend one entirely around this. Now, unfortunate part of making jewelry is it's almost always going to be a bit fiddly whenever you are working with cabochons, because if you have a nice cabochon, it's nice and smooth and polished, and so it just slides everywhere, and it makes it a little bit difficult, but you gotta fiddle with it for a bit. And then eventually you'll get there. Just trying to make these to where they fit together. I want them to fit together, kind of a teardrop shape. Like this. See? Stone sitting right here, and then I will have a letter on top, and I was kind of thinking about making a little heart on the back. Since it's a wedding gift, I thought that would be cute. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We'll see where it goes. Just gonna bend this back around. Sometimes it's just easier to do with your fingers because rock slides around a lot. So you measure it, you see about how much you need. That's just about perfect. But I want this spiral to come down a bit more. I want to tighten it up. Tighten it and spiral it down. Sometimes it can be easier to take your chain nose and just curl it down. That'll make a nice tight spiral. Always loosen it back up. Let's see where that goes. We bring those together. For a reason, it's wanting to kink here. Bring that back out. Tighten it around the stone. Here we go. So that's just about perfect. Lift this a little higher because I want this to kind of act as a bail. Like that. This is how it looks. fits right on over that. Okay, now for the fun part. Making a G is going to curve nicely and form to this. I'm still going to be using the 18 gauge. This probably would work really nice with 20 gauge, because 20 gauge bends pretty nicely. And I'm going to probably cut another 4 inches. That's probably too much, but I do have to overlap to make the G. We'll see. So whenever you're making shapes, if you draw it out first, your idea, and you draw it to scale, so whenever I drew these circles, totally off. When I drew these 2 circles, I actually just traced around the cabochon I'm using, so that's a really good way to get exactly what you're wanting. And then you can always come down and you can place it on it and just curve it around and just keep it as close to your drawing as possible, if that's what you're wanting to do. Now keep in mind, not everything is going to be exactly right, because a cabochon is a 3-dimensional thing. So, although I can make this G exactly the same, it may not look right here and you may still have to tweak it a bit. That just tends to happen. So, I'm going to eye quite a bit of it, and then I'm going to put it down, see where I'm at. Like that. You just keep going. Like that. I'm going to bend in. Now this is one of the trickier parts once you get to this point. Now, you guys probably aren't going to be making a G. Just find a cursive letter that you're wanting to do. Like I said, draw it inside and then try and stay as close as possible. If you have something that is overlapping, it is still possible to make. What you gotta do, you want to bend it. This is a G, so I'm bending it inward, like that. And then where I'm wanting it to end, like right here, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna bend it back on itself. If you can see this. See where it bends back on itself? Whoops. Move this out of the way. So it bends back on itself. You're going to want to flatten it as tight as you possibly can. Try and keep it straight. Flatten it. If you do it right, from the front, it really won't look like it's bent back on itself. So that's what it looks like now. And then I just have to bring it down and curl it out. And there is a G. Okay? Before I finish, I need to fit it to this and see how it looks. Fits pretty well. Oh, you guys can't see. I am so sorry, guys. One of these days I'm going to get the hang of being in, like, major props to everyone who, like, perfectly stays in the camera frame, because it is not easy, guys. It's not easy. Whenever you're dealing with all these tiny pieces, you kind of want to be really, really close to it so you can see that you're doing everything right instead of doing it so far from yourself. I don't know. You guys would just have to, you'd have to experience it for yourself to know what I'm talking about. Alright, so there's a nice G, which I did give myself a little bit of extra, but that's fine. Just gonna clip it and up so that it spirals nice right next to it. So there is my G for the front of the cabochon. Alright. Now, to make it fit nice, this is where it becomes very fiddly. Typically, what you have to do is leave the cabochon and just go ahead and attach these in a couple places. So, top and bottom is where I'm wanting to attach it, and that's where the nice fine wire comes in. And sometimes the easiest way to use this kind of wire is just to try and use it off of the spool. Just make sure you have enough loose so that you're not cutting too much and having to throw it away. It just, well, I say throw it away. If you have anything substantial enough, you want to save it, and there's plenty of places that will buy your scraps. Anyways, I'm gonna come back on here, and normally I think I would attach on the bottom. I'm gonna do that. You can use pliers to help you with these tiny wires. You just want to make a couple loops so that it's on there. Just like that. Alright. Scoot it down to the middle of the bottom. You take your G, or letter, sorry. You're gonna wind it in here. Now, we're gonna do 2 over both, and 1 just over this one. It's just the weaving pattern that I am doing this time. It'll change, like 2 and 1, 3 and 2, whatever. Whatever works for you guys, use it. It's not difficult, it's just something to help secure it the best you can. Alright? Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. Say you want texture on your the framing wire. You can go all the way around with the wire, which I think I might do whenever I put the back on. We'll see. And that can make a really nice texture. Something I've also personally really liked is I'll just attach what I need to attach, and then I'll make a nice loose spiral around things. And that makes the most beautiful, it gives it extra sparkle, extra shine, and it just makes it look kind of like a twisty vine or something. And that's personally what I like to do. So we'll see. Really just do what you feel like you like. And that's how you make yours different than everyone else's. Just follow your gut, follow your instinct. Typically it won't let you down. Alright, so now I have the bottom attached, and I need to get the top attached. I'm just gonna flip that down, and you see how these are not connected. I'm gonna go ahead and wind all of this around this so that they are connected. This is another fiddly bit. And to attach these two pieces together. Cut that off. When you cut these pieces off, you want to make sure you flatten all these sharp bits. And if there's a place, like in between these two big wires, to tuck them, try and tuck it away in there. That is going to be the safest way to remove any sharp, pokey bits. You're going to want to make sure to feel through it. Make sure it's all nice and tight. There you go. Now, here's that. You got to make another wrap. Now, unfortunately, since I no longer have this open, I am going to have to cut some. But less is more in this case. I don't like to waste. Some people say more is more. It depends on the situation with wrapping wire. What you think won't wrap very much. Like this is obviously, it looked like a very tiny piece, but it's going to go a pretty long way since it's such a tiny wire. You just want to make another couple loops before you start weaving. Right. I'm going to start on this side. Times around this side and move over to the other side. Wrap a few more times around that. And when it comes to wrapping, it just really becomes a very fiddly mess. Be aware of that. And be aware of kinks that can happen in your wire. Try and keep them straightened and unkinked as much as possible. Wires break. They get to a point and they will break. There are some that are more durable, but in the end, they will always end up breaking if you don't do it properly. So I wrapped a couple on that time, and I'm looking at it. I can't see any way to bridge it over unless I just wrap around the top of the G. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to make a couple more wraps on this side, couple more links, and then I'm going to cut another piece for the other side. Okay, so that piece is no longer good. I'm trying to decide if I like this enough to really... It's going to be so fiddly. I can do it, but is it gonna be worth it? Because I swear if I put this on and I don't end up liking how it looks, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, we're gonna try it with this. I'm gonna try it a different way. Just gonna put it next to each other. Down here to the bottom of the back. Now let's just check and make sure. Oh, sorry, that fits pretty good. So I just left the wire attached to the bottom and I'm going to attach the bottom first. A little bit more. You want to attach the bottom first because you still want the top open enough that you can fit your cabochon in. Alright, I'm going to go down here to the bottom. It's already got quite a wrap on it, so because there's going to be so much wrapping, I may go ahead and go along the sides. I don't know, I may just keep it plain, we'll see. So far this has taken a lot more time than I anticipated. It's okay. Hopefully, as long as they really love it, that does not bother me one bit. I'm just going to flip it on the bottom, flip it through the hole. I'm going to go across over to the other hole. Got a little kink in it. Can happen, but you don't want it to get too bad. Okay. Now it's in the other hole. It's on the other side. Here. Anchor that in place. There. A couple more loops like that. Alright. Let's put our cabochon in. Oh, see how that's looking. Look at the back. So get it to lay flat in there. That's what it will look like once I get everything wrapped up. Okay. Now this is the part that becomes even more fiddly because my cabochon, once you have, you know, all of these on here, since I said it's a 3D shape, and everything that I've made is flat so far. I tried to make the G kind of curved on the top, and so it helps. But it still doesn't want to stay that well. I will have to get my heart, get my heart pinned in on the two sides, and then it will be nice and secure in there. So you can wrap the rest of this the way you like if you are following along. You know, not everyone's going to need G's, so I guess if you guys want more videos like this where I make different letters, pendants, let me know and I can see what I can do about that. And anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up, and I will show you the finished product. All you have to do right now is connect these two hearts to the cabochon's frame, and it is pretty much good to go. Okay guys, so here it is, the front with the G and the heart on the back, but I can tell you one issue is this. Okay, probably didn't see it, but this part right here, while I was trying to attach the heart on the back, just came out, which it's not doing anymore, of course, because I'm recording. But it is not stable on this side, which you can see why. It's nice and open over here. I may have kind of fixed it since I completely got it attached, but it still doesn't feel stable. Like, I can still kind of wiggle it around, if you can see that. So I have to figure out a way to make this area more secure. And so first I was kind of thinking of taking this little tail and curling it up around this area and then just attaching it here, which may end up being what I do because I really don't know what else I can do. Or to take this, shoot. And all this probably would be if I would have known it wasn't going to work out. Then I could have redesigned it. So, like I said, I didn't know if it was going to fail completely or not. If I were to put it right there. Just trying to keep that nice G that I made. Like it might look, I don't know, does that look a little wonky? Does it still look like a G? Kind of. It's just not nearly as nice as I would have wanted. So likely it's back to the drawing board. So we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to share a little bit of how I make my jewelry. There is so many other people you can watch who are probably loads better than me. So if you did watch this far, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe for more of my content. I do so many things on my channel, and though it's kind of slow right now, I do have many ideas for future videos. I haven't made too many jewelry videos, mostly because my camera hates filming jewelry. I am so bad. I have tried and tried to find a good camera without spending tons and tons of money. And yeah, it's just not working. So if you guys have any advice you can give me for better equipment, maybe better lighting, because I even went out and I got myself one of these big box lights, but whenever it's turned on when I'm doing jewelry, you think it's washed out now. Yeah, it's just very difficult for me to film jewelry videos. I just don't have the right setup. Hopefully I will figure it out and you guys will be able to see more jewelry videos on my channel, because I do make jewelry, but I also paint. Probably my most common thing on my channel right now are my pet portraits, and then I also have wood burnings. I do loads and loads of things. So definitely stay tuned. If this wasn't your type of video, there are several others that you can totally check out. Anyways, for now, that is all, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys enjoyed this, even if it was a fail. I hope you learned something from it. And I hope I see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye guys.